Hello there, welcome to Talking TV, and an exciting new archive TV channel launches on Thursday, May the 23rd on Sky Channel 190. Now, Media Boy on X, as it's now called, has just reported tonight, May the 22nd, that there seems to be suggestions that it will arrive on Freeview by July. One post earlier suggested in June. So June, July, and it looks like possibly 6 p.m. till midnight on Freeview, sharing with the Shop on TV slot. But 6 p.m. till midnight, I'll take that rather than none at all. Whether or not we'll get some kind of 24/7 streaming capability on Freeview, that would be great. That would be a brilliant suggestion. But either way, the suggestions at least tonight before its launch that we will get it on Freeview. But what is going to be on it? Well, let's take a look, and I'll try and put it on the screen as well. So this is snapshots from TV Guide, which .co.uk, which have got listings up there. So launch day, you've got Raise the Titanic, you've got Return of the Saint, brilliant series, of course, Ian Ogilvy. Then you've got Sapphire and Steel, double bill at 10 in the morning. A Fine Romance, brilliant sitcom, at 11 o'clock. Then Granada classic, The Cuckoo Waltz. Then you've got at midday, you've got Whose Line Is It Anyway, which is repeated later in the day. Raise the Titanic on again, and another film at 3:30, The Wasp Woman. Not familiar with that one. Double bill of Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World, then repeats of the sitcoms earlier in the day, A Fine Romance and The Cuckoo Waltz. So if we are getting hours from 6 till midnight, this is the kind of slot that will be what we'll get. Then at 7 o'clock, The Charmer. I've got that on DVD. Love The Charmer with Nigel Havers. Then we've got Return of the Saint, Sapphire and Steel, repeat from earlier. Drop the Dead Donkey, and then Whose Line Is It Anyway? And then Films Through the Night, Between the Lines, Penny Serenade, Woman on the Run. So there wouldn't be much that we'd miss out on Freeview. We wouldn't get Arthur C. Clarke. We wouldn't get the afternoon films, but we would get quite a lot because a lot of it's repeated in the morning and then on again in the evening. So I'll take that. On to Friday though. Interesting, we have this unwind with rewind, unwind with relaxing clouds. I like the sound of that. Norman Wisdom film One Good Turn. We've got Department S, The Prisoner. Then we've got Watching, which was on Forces TV not that long ago. Got the box set, love watching. Time After Time, that was also on Forces TV. Then again, Whose Line Is It Anyway? One Good Turn, repeated from earlier on. His Girl Friday, Cary Grant. Wicker's World. It's a great episode, that one where he meets Papa Doc Duvalier. I've got that on DVD somewhere as well. Watching Time After Time, Shine on Harvey Moon, central classic there. Then Department S, The Prisoner, Clive James Live in Las Vegas, and Hammer House of Horror. I'm looking at the times. That one finishes at 5 past midnight. Does that mean if we get 6 till midnight, we'd miss the end of those last programs? I guess we'll worry about that in June, July, if and when there's a Freeview launch. But then in the night on Friday, we've got Night of the Living Dead, Monkey, Grizzly, Invasion USA, and that's your Friday evening. Saturday, At War with the Army, Jerry Lewis film, Space 1999, another great series, Wurzel Gummidge Down Under, Monkey, Creature from Black Lake, Wicker's World, a different episode it looks like to the day before. Then we've got Night Tide, Space 1999, a repeat from earlier, and Wurzel Gummidge Down Under. Double bill, then Monkey again. Dick Turpin, great series with Richard O'Sullivan. I don't even think, has that ever been repeated? Bust, which was a late 80s LWT drama with Paul Nicholas. Then The Mrs. Merton Show, Chelmsford 123, which was a Channel 4 sitcom. And then House on Haunted Hill, Cold Sweat, The Glass House, and Dick Turpin. It's a really strong lineup, I think, and it continues on Sunday. Sunday's a brilliant lineup. So you've got The Flying Juices, which is one of those Laurel and Hardy films in public domain. Rhubarb, of course, voiced by the brilliant Richard Bryars. More Space 1999, so that seems to be on Saturday and Sunday. Different episodes. Wurzel Gummidge continues on Sunday. Monkey continues on Sunday. Then you've got War with the Army repeated. Sunday afternoons, double bill of World in action. Now, it says here, beginning of a new daily paper, The Sun. That is the earliest episode that I think is on ITVX. So I don't know if we're getting the same episodes, kind of the best of episodes that are on ITVX. I'm not sure. Certainly the next one, an investigation of the business side of the music industry. I think that's on ITVX as well. So it could be just kind of selected episodes from over the years. Sasquatch, then Huckleberry Finn and his friends. We've then got Monkey. This seems to be a BBC documentary, Dave Allen in Search of the English Eccentric. I had a quick look, I think it's a BBC one. Then we've got Hancock, the ATV series, never repeated before. The Optimist, which is a brilliant Channel 4 series. Thriller, I think that was it ATV? I think that one was. Bit of an anthology series, kind of similar vein to Tales of the Unexpected. Chelmsford 1, 2, 3, and then a repeat of The Optimist, and then films during the night again. The Great Smoky, Roadblock, Indiscretion of an American Wife, My Favourite Brunette, into Monday. Then we've got A Stitch in Time, Norman Wisdom again, Department S, The Prisoner, A Fine Romance, The Cuckoo Waltz, more Whose Line Is It Anyway, repeats of the 7 o'clock film, My Favourite Brunette again, then Wicker's World. And you'll see Wicker's World is a different episode again. So it looks like selected episodes, I think, of Wicker's World. Then we've got 6 o'clock, A Fine Romance, The Cuckoo Waltz, The Beiderbecke Affair, brilliant series, Department S, The Prisoner, and then it's regular Drop the Dead Donkey, Whose Line Is It Anyway, McClintock with John Wayne, The Fabulous Dorseys, into Tuesday. We've then got Brief Encounter, which was a remake with Richard Burton and Sophia Loren, Return of the Saint, Sapphire and Steel, Watching, Time After Time, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Brief Encounter repeated from earlier, another afternoon film, Wild Guitar, Arthur C. Clarke on Tuesday, Watching, Time After Time, The Charmer, Return of the Saint, Sapphire and Steel, and again, Drop the Dead Donkey, Whose Line Is It Anyway? And films in the early hours, Beat the Devil, Panic in Year Zero, that was on Talking Pictures recently. Quite an interesting film, the bit, actually I saw of it. And The Chase, not the Bradley Walsh game show, no. Wednesday the 29th of May, we have got Trouble in Store, Department S, The Prisoner, Trouble in Mind, great LWT sitcom, often forgot about, with Richard O'Sullivan. Surgical Spirit starts as well. Then we've got Whose Line Is It Anyway? Trouble in Store repeated, My Favourite Brunette, then Wicker's World. Now, Wicker's World is, again, I think they are, as I say, different episodes from across the Yorkshire television era. Certainly, I think they're not the BBC episodes. So for this one, he meets Lula Parker Benson, the 94-year-old sister of Robert Leroy Parker, aka Butch Cassidy. So then we've got Trouble in Mind, Surgical Spirit, The Beiderbecke Affair, Department S, The Prisoner, Drop the Dead Donkey, and Whose Line Is It Anyway? A Life at Stake, The Swiss Conspiracy, The Hitchhiker, Indiscretion of an American Wife, and that is your that's your Wednesday. Moving on, you've got The Early Bird, brilliant, one of my favourite Norman Wisdom films. That Return of the Saint, Sapphire and Steel, Fire and Romance, The Cuckoo Waltz, Whose Line Is It Anyway? The Early Bird again, Only the Valiant, Arthur C. Clarke. So Arthur C. Clarke seems to be Tuesdays and Thursdays, perhaps. I guess we'll get familiar with the schedule once it gets going. Fire and Romance, Cuckoo Waltz, The Charmer, Return of the Saint, and Sapphire and Steel. Carrying on, of course, Drop the Dead Donkey, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Then you've got God Told Me To, The Amazing Mr. X, and The Man with the Golden Arm, Frank Sinatra, I think that one was. So it's got a good little schedule, I think. You've got an early morning film. You're going to get some cult TV at 9 o'clock for a couple of hours. You've got sitcoms at 11. You've got Whose Line Is It Anyway at midday. A repeat of the film if you missed it from 7 o'clock. A couple of afternoon films. And then you've got either Arthur C. Clarke or Wicker's World before going into your sitcom repeats from earlier in the day. Drama at 7. Your cult TV at 8 again, before Drop the Dead Donkey and Whose Line Is It Anyway? I think it's a really strong schedule. On to Friday the 31st of May, you've got Kenneth More, The 39 Steps, Department S and The Prisoner, Watching, Time After Time, Whose Line Is It Anyway? The 39 Steps, His Girl Friday with Cary Grant again, Wicker's World, Watching in Time After Time, Shine on Harvey, Moon, Department S, The Prisoner, Clive James in Dallas. I mean, I don't think that's been repeated. Maybe on the days of Sky Travel. Hammer House of Horror, and then your evening films, Werewolf of Washington, Driving Massacre, and Grizzly. We move on to the 1st of June. So you got Woman on the Run, Space 1999. So again, it's the similar schedule apart from the films as the Saturday before. Wurzel Gummidge, Monkey, 39 Steps. Wicker's World on Saturday afternoon. Now that one I think was made just before Peter Sellers died. So there's certainly not being shown in transmission order. Then we've got Space 1999, Wurzel Gummidge Down Under, Monkey, Dick Turpin, Bust, Mrs. Merton, Chelmsford 123, and then your films in the night again, Night of the Living Dead, Carnival of Souls, and The Giant Spider Invasion. Moving on to Sunday the 2nd of June, we've got My Favourite Brunette again, Space 1999, Wurzel Gummidge, Monkey, Flight to Mars, World in Action again, so that seems to be Sunday afternoon, double bill of World in Action. And that first episode, certainly the top stories in the news during 1964 is definitely on ITVX. So it looks like it's, selected episodes. Huckleberry Finn and his friends again. Dave Allen in Search of the English Eccentric. I'm not sure if that will be on, because I'm sure that was only one episode when it was originally on. If it is that series, Dave Allen in Search of the English Eccentric, and I'd be surprised if it's on 2 Sundays in a row. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just giving people a chance to watch it. But we've got Hancock, The Optimist and Thriller, Chelmsford 123, and then films through the night again. Great Smoky Roadblock, Suddenly, A Life at Stake, and The Hitchhiker. We move on to Monday the 3rd of June. So we've got Rising Down, the movie, Department S, The Prisoner, Fine Romance, Cuckoo Waltz, Whose Line Is It Anyway, then afternoon films, Rising Damp and Beat the Devil. You've got 2 episodes of Wicker's World. Brilliant. The first one's fascinating, where they're showing how Walt Disney World's being built. And then a shorter episode, which I think is one of the early Yorkshire television ones, where he's investigating the aristocracy. A Fine Romance and The Cuckoo Waltz repeated at 6. The Beiderbecke Affair, Department S and The Prisoner, and then Drop the Dead Donkey, Whose Line Is It Anyway, and then films Flight to Mars, The Terror, and McClintock. I'm just going to go into Tuesday the 4th of June. We've got One Good Turn with Norman Wisdom, Return of the Saint, Sapphire and Steel, then Watching Time After Time, Whose Line Is It Anyway, One Good Turn, The Fabulous Dorseys, Arthur C. Clarke, Watching in Time After Time again, The Charmer, and then your Cult TV again, Return of the Saint, Sapphire and Steel, Drop the Dead Donkey, Whose Line Is It Anyway, and then The Swiss Conspiracy. That is the schedules that's been posted up to now. I think it's a really strong lineup, and I can't wait for it to arrive on Freeview. I think it's going to be great competition for Talking Pictures, and That's TV. Well, I get frustrated with That's TV because they don't publish the listings. Even now on That's TV 2, at the end of the week, we still don't know what's going to be on. It has its generic That's Entertainment as part of its listing. So for Rewind TV to come out and say, right, this is what we're showing for the next couple of weeks, I think it's a really, really strong lineup. And it's a schedule that people are going to familiarise themselves with. Linear TV, they'll think, right, I want to watch Arthur C. Clarke. It's on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, or I want to watch Watching or Time After Time. I know what days it's going to be on. If you want to watch Mrs. Mern, you know it's on a Saturday night. And I think people are creatures of habit. They'll form a routine, and they'll get used to the schedule. Hancock on a Sunday night, perfect scheduling. It'll be interesting to see if programs are edited, and I say that because UK TV, as an example, in an hour we get 45 minutes if we're lucky. Hopefully on Rewind TV we'll get the programs as they were originally transmitted. So Return of the Saint, The Prisoner, 50-51 minutes, wherever they equate to, and I hope they're not cut down to 45 minutes or so to fit an extra advert break in. Well, I guess we'll soon find out when the channel starts. Certainly, as well, my only other concern is, are we going to get a couple of edits here and there in the daytime for content with sitcoms being on? We'll find out, I guess, as it starts. But you can report back when you've watched it. Let me know what you think of it. And as I say, can't wait to see it on Freeview as well. And certainly, if we're only going to get in an evening on Freeview, I think it's a great lineup. That's it from me. Bye for now.